SCL presents a guide to narrow formulary administration. Aren't the copay differences in my three-tier formulary enough to encourage members to use the preferred drugs? Today, nearly half of all companies are using narrower formularies with more drugs being placed on higher tiers, resulting in lower sales for those drug makers. In an effort to maintain market share, we've seen a surge in the use of copay coupons, with utilization rates 8 times higher than in 2009. These coupons undermine clinical effectiveness decisions by cutting the copays meant to incent utilization of preferred drugs. In fact, experts estimate that there are coupons for at least 90% of non-preferred drugs. In short, members are using more non-preferred drugs, and sponsors are footing an ever-growing bill. So, how can a restricted formulary help? Let's back up a bit and look at a three-tier formulary. When a drug is placed on a higher tier, the member is responsible for a higher proportion of the drug's cost, incenting them to try a preferred drug first. When they receive a copay coupon, however, the tier system falls apart. The member pays significantly less, and the plan sponsor is forced to cover the cost of the non-preferred drug. Now let's look at what happens when a drug is removed from the formulary. Because manufacturer coupons are meant to offset copay expenses, the member is responsible for the total remaining portion of the drug cost previously paid by their employer. Because of this, drug coupons are significantly less effective with restrictive formularies, and member utilization is, once again, driven to affordable alternatives. My members understand the importance of using generics and preferred brands whenever possible. Why would I want to consider changing access standards? While member education is an incredibly important piece in controlling costs, drug prices and available rebates form the basis of your annual spend. By limiting initial drug coverage to a subset of proven effective drugs, your PBM gains valuable negotiating power. Manufacturers are more likely to make price concessions and offer larger rebates in order to avoid being removed from the formulary. And if you're in a transparent arrangement, the plan sponsor immediately benefits from all rate negotiations due to the pass-through nature of our contracts. Will my members lose access to the drugs they need? The level of restriction is typically controlled by the plan sponsor, but we understand the importance of ensuring members remain healthy and their conditions under control. Our Premier Plus formulary was designed to maximize cost containment and minimize member impact. So excluded drugs are typically those with extremely low utilization or proven preferred alternatives within the same class. Further, if a preferred drug is not successful or tolerated, the non-preferred drug can typically be authorized upon request. In fact, studies indicate that therapy adherence may actually improve with narrower formularies, and most changes actually occur in the discretionary drug classes, implying that a narrow formulary may reduce marginal and unnecessary drug use by incenting members to evaluate actual needs. Is it worth making changes with looming ACA changes? As uncertainty around healthcare legislation remains, 19% of companies anticipate excluding entire classes of drugs, and 18% are considering reducing the number of covered members. Every employer knows that neither option is an ideal approach to ensure employee satisfaction or well-being. While the number of drugs covered may be reduced, by implementing a more precise formulary, employers are able to continue offering options in all drug classes to their entire employee base and maximize rebate opportunities to supplement the costs of the pricier medications. Are you interested in maximizing your formulary's effectiveness, increasing rebates, offering comprehensive coverage, and cutting costs? Then you are interested in Script Care because we are your formulary experts.